Yes, good evening, good evening, good evening. Excuse me. Let's clear my throat. How is everybody doing? You know, this is the Source Experience, Media Marketing Management, Motion Talk, man. Shanewz Boxing, man. I'm here. I'm at the desk.
Stop.
Um,
Stop.
Let me share this real quick. I'm gonna get to cooking. I just want to hear some because you know, everybody doing activities now. Everybody doing activities now. My daughter's in their adjacent room doing her. Um, yeah, pull up, man. Share the link. Share the content. I was gonna talk power, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna hold off because I know that's my God's segment. Shout out to my man CW. So I'm gonna wait till I get with CW, and we're gonna keep that consistent. But I'm gonna just run down a whole Um, if people come through and engage in the comments and stuff, I will talk some boxing. But if not, I'm gonna just speak about a lot of stuff that I have been seeing trending on social media. Of course, to be honest, right? Um, Boxing is like dead air space to me right now. Because most of these guys and people that sit online, they are supporting bums, respectfully. They're not supporting real boxing like this. This is real boxing right here. I'm going to leave this on repeat.
Join me in Toledo. Feel my boxing journey and impactful community ties.
Prime time, slime time, Toledo, Ohio. You're about to get the slime. You know the vibes.
Yeah, I get it, man. See, I've been documenting my journey, Shanewz Boxing, Media Marketing Management, man. So you see me doing a lot of things that you see guys discuss on the Boxing Voice. Shout out to AC Clark and all that. But I've been doing these same things and showing my journey. I get it, man. Because I'm a YouTuber that you guys claim you don't watch. But yet I do a lot of things that I actually said I did. But hey, what do I know? Source Experience. Trust the process, man. Bigger and better than Jackal Fitness ever was.
Right on the line, so you know what's going on. I don't got to go in there and mess up the action, okay? If your opponent goes down anytime during the fight, whether it's a slip or a punch, anything hits the canvas other than the bottom of his feet, don't hit him, okay? Because if you happen to hit him, then we got a problem. I can take points away, disqualify you depending on what happens. So don't hit him when he's down. If it's a knockdown, I'm going to go down, just like that.
You know what I know? Country, get in Ohio.
Yeah, from the rafters to the floor, man. Yeah, you going up to the floor? Yeah, you going up to the rafters or what, man?
No, I'm down here all night, Sean.
Oh, okay.
What about yourself, man?
Yeah, we down here. You see, we down here.
The news by Shanewz. This is a Sauce Experience. But hey, what do I know?
I'm gonna just leave that on repeat, man. I'm gonna just talk over that, man. That's the type of time I'm on tonight. Like I said, I feel like the boxing YouTube scene is bum boxing. Shout out to Gumbo in the building. Salute, big dog. Yeah, that CMOS is straight. When you get back around the way, just unpack it and do what I showed you in that video that I sent you. Cause it's straight. As long as it's in that you don't gotta put it in the refrigerator. You don't gotta do nothing to it. Just keep it in that package that I gave to you. And once you get back around the way, you take it out the package
and you rinse it off. You do like the video I showed you. Let it soak overnight, 12, 16 hours, however long. All of that is going to expand. Boil it up. You have about 3, maybe 4 gels, depending on how much water you put in. Probably get more than that, but then you be good to go. You be good to go. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about a couple of different topics. Like I said, if you come in and you want to talk about something in boxing, put it in the chat. Other than that, I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna just let this video right here play over and over, because this is the actual receipt of media marketing management work, something that I spoke about doing and becoming. Jihad Tucker was one of the first major fighters that I was able to achieve that with. My stats have been all over ESPN. A lot of you guys sat online. I remember this one particular fight week right here. I remember being in Toledo, Ohio a couple years back, and Jealous Fan Zone content creators, right? Not in the mix, not in the loop, still doing the same shit that they do now. Every time I attempted to go live, they would think about going live and having bum gatherings. They were stopping the motion. No, this is motion right here, man. This is experience. Some of you guys still have yet to experience it. I get it. I understand this now. Right? I understand this. I watch YouTube every day. I watch boxing, content creators every day. You guys don't do nothing. A lot of you guys don't even interview fighters. And the ones that do interview fighters, respectfully, the work is trash, man. It's trash. Yeah, no rush, Gumbo. No rush. You see, I sent it to you, man. I owed you that, man. You see, I sent that to you, man. We need to do a switch. You need to send me some of the smell goods, man. Because I'll be at these events, man. I'll be at these events. Yeah, I see you at the gym. I'm on the podcast right now. All right. Yeah, I'll be in the mix, Gumbo. So you can send me some of them smell goods, man. Cause I don't, you see my repertoire, Gumbo. Like I be in the mix. I be around the fine women, right? I get good responses around the fine women, right?
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimoteloa. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout-out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.
Shout out to Shanewz Boxing.
Yeah, so I like to smell good, man. The women like they shout out to French. Remember Living Color French? He said the ladies love my cologne, right? The ladies love my cologne, man. I don't like to be at the event smelling musty, right? I work, right? Even when I'm at work, I don't smell like that. But when I go out, when I put it on, right? That's what the young boys say. Shout out to all my young boys. I be learning from them, man. They say put it on. When I put it on, man, right? And I go out now. I don't want to be like those muskrats that was in the NYC, man. They looked dingy and dirty. They looked like the weather today, rather dim, right? But that's neither here nor there. But speaking of that, let me get to this, right? I want to say congratulations to Showbiz. Level change, man. The method to your madness, to each his own, right? You got a lot of these guys upset and mad that you got a situation. And these guys have the same situation. Remember, they was boasting and bragging about being taken out to dinner. Right? You guys are Edward Cheese, right? Cheese takes care of you guys, right? You guys, he owns your channel, Edward Cheese. The cheese guy for the YouTube boxing community. You know who that is, right? Y'all know who Edward Cheese is? Y'all know who that is, right? Y'all not know who Edward Cheese is, man? He owns a lot of these YouTubers, man. He might give them some donations to their channel. That's another thing that makes me laugh, man, about these bums, man, respectfully. If you're a grown man and you could be bought, to me, you're a hoe, respectfully. You're a hoe. You sell pussy. That's what bitches that sell pussy. Respectfully. Have you ever been to the DR? Right? They sell pussy down there. Dominican women love to sell pussy. That's what some of you content creators are. Y'all selling pussy. Respectfully. Sorry for the language. But this is an adult show. So if you do content and somebody could throw a super chat at you and you sell your ass, because that's what it is. You're selling your ass. You a hoe. You a hoe, man. So when I see these guys talking about showbiz and all that, nigga, you sold out for a dinner. You sold out for a dinner, man. It's like, come on, man. Call a spade a spade. You on here calling guys out for cooning. Nigga, you sold out for a fucking dinner, man. But what do I know, right? But I want to talk about the young boy. They killed the young boy. Philadelphia is a wild city. I had one of my guys, I'm currently working with a couple of people, and I was like, yo, stay safe out there. It's real dangerous. They killed the young boy. Well, he's not young. He's younger than me, so I say young boy, but he was 30 years old, and he lost his life. Now, people will ask me, oh, yo, you be showing your gun. You goddamn right. I'm licensed to carry. I listen, if you need a armed security guard and you talking the right numbers, I could do that for you. I'm qualified, man. Like, a lot of you sat online and judged me off of my views. That's why I'm letting this video right here play over and over, because you could put your starting 5 favorite content creators that you watch on a daily, that you dick suck, that you swear is popping. They don't have nothing that comes close to that right there. Nothing that comes close to that right there that could touch my catalog or my experience or my level in this boxing game. Nothing. But I sit online and motherfuckers think shit is sweet. I will shoot your face off. If half of you guys that talk stupid to me like that in real life, I wouldn't hesitate to shoot your face off in a heartbeat and wouldn't lose no sleep over it, man. No sleep over it. But that's neither here nor there. But rest in peace to the young boy, man. Lost his life in Philadelphia. They said it was a robbery because he had on jewelry. But it's like, if you look at his jewelry and the jewelry that he was rocking, you killed him for that? Like, that was, like, these guys today, man, society is a wicked place, man. Like, even if they robbed him of his jewelry, that was not going to change your life. His jewelry wasn't even crazy like that, to the point where it was going to do something to affect what you got going on. But yes, he lost his life. Another young kid was shot shooting a TikTok video in front of his house on Mother's Day. Philly, it was bad down there this past weekend, man. I was meaning to talk about these things, but like I said, I did the phenomenal interview with Troy Isley. I still got a couple more of those clips to drop. I popped that out on y'all, didn't I? I didn't even tell y'all. That's how I'm gonna start moving now. When it comes to certain things in boxing, I'm just gonna pop out. And for the people that really support and listen and watch what I got going on, y'all will catch those. But if you don't, you catch it on the playback, or you catch the shorts that I put out. But going back and forth, bouncing back and forth, Troy Isley spoke about Terrence Crawford. He just left Nebraska, sparring with Bud. He's preparing to fight June 7th. He said Terrence Crawford is carrying that weight very well. Very, very well. And I made a point of emphasis to emphasize that, because I wanted the viewers to hear that from somebody who's been in the ring with him, and not only been in the ring with him, who is a naturally big middleweight. So I was trying to give you insight to that, because, us as fans, you see, I even include myself in that. Us as fans, we sit online and we always have, look, you see, I'm saying myself included. Listen to my words tonight. We always have a false sense of expertise. You see, I said even myself, a false sense of expertise. So what I do is, when I do sometimes, I do this all the time, because a lot of times the stuff that I speak on, like when I showed my conversation with Bozy, I actually talked to a lot of these guys. But this time I had him on the platform and I let him share it, being that he is competing at that level. And you heard we said he should be fighting for a world title within 2 to 3 fights. So I asked him, how is Terrence carrying that weight? Right? How's he carrying that weight? You know, you've been there with Carlos' abdomen. I got that up there too. Carlos' abdomen. He called him out. He never responded. You know why? Because he's a PBC fighter. Troy Isley is a top rank fighter, and the PBC record against top rank is not that good. And you see, I emphasize that too with Troy. I was like, yo, y'all sparred, right? You've been in the ring with him, right? Oh yeah, I get it. That's why he didn't respond back. I understand. And a lot of y'all say, "Oh, that's just sparring." Yeah, it's just sparring if you don't be in gyms or you really don't know nothing about boxing. But a lot of times, guys spar and they gauge where they're at with certain level of fighters. Point of emphasis I want to make: when Jihad fought this past in Vegas in April, and I was like, "Yo, he's gonna do this guy dirty," because I seen the sparring of him and Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant has been in there with David Benavidez, the Mexican Monster, and Canelo Alvarez. Those are his only 2 professional defeats. And Jihad had the opportunity of working with him, sparring with him, and it was good work. So I knew. I personally knew. I was like, yo, he's going to mess this dude up. They're trying to bring in a ringer. Okay, can y'all hear me now? Is the mic unmuted? I was messing with some stuff because Brownie's in here tonight. Brownie's getting better. He's getting better. I got Brownie in here. But can you guys hear me? I think I was messing with the wires a little bit. I might have turned the mic off. Can anybody hear me? 1 2 1 2. Let me see. Hold on. 1 2 1 2. Hey, Brownie's getting better. Okay, yeah. I'm still good. Cause it looked like it went red. But yes, another topic that I want to discuss, right? We'll bounce back and forth between boxing and what's in it. Jamal Charlo. We're gonna stick with a little bit of boxing. He recently posted some bag work that he was doing. He was on the heavy bag. He's fighting Thomas Cornflake, who is a promoter, a very successful promoter too. Shout out to Cornflake. I think Cornflake is going to get stopped. But this is, to me, it's not even a good fight for Charlo. But maybe it is, because how long has he been out the ring? But it's just going to give people a false sense of who he really is and where he's really at, right? Because like I said, Thomas Lamada, Cornflake, none against him. Great promoter. He gets a lot of money. Smart businessman. But as far as elite fighting, right? The last time we seen him in there with an elite guy, Laura flatlined him in the blink of an eye. The blink of an eye, man. So it's like, this guy is going to fight Charlo now. But when we seen him in there with the upper echelon, creme de la creme, because Alexander Lara is the creme de la creme. He gave Canelo Alvarez all he could handle. We watched Cornflake turn himself flake. And I think, like, to me, watching the buildup of this, when they did the virtual press conference, it was odd. I didn't say weird, I just said odd. And then the in-person press conference was also odd, man. It was very, very odd. They were taking pictures together. First, they was Charlo was acting like he was on demon time. Yo, what you doing? Box me and all this. And then they started taking pictures together. They were like buddy. And to me, that's just the PBC wave. If you know, you know, right? Have you ever covered the premier boxing champions, especially those guys? Like I've covered those guys. I've been around those guys. They're a different type of Hollywood divas, I would say, because they're all divas over there, but they can't lie no more, right? They can't lie no more. But I think this is just a setup for him and Caleb Plant, man. Him and Caleb Plant. But I don't think it's gonna give him a real gauge, man. You know, like I said, no disrespect to Cornflake, but when we seen him on that level, right? And look, I'm giving Charlo his props. I'm saying Charlo's an elite fighter, right? He's still undefeated. But I just think that the Cornflake fight, what they're trying to set him up for with the Caleb Plant, I don't think it's a good gauge for him. Because I think right now Caleb Plant is stopped. Caleb Plant will beat him up, man. And beat him up bad. Right? He'll beat him up bad. But you know, I think he's gonna stop Cornflake. If he doesn't beat Cornflake, what is the time right now? Let me get the time check. May 13th, 5:38. If he does not beat Cornflake, it might be time for him to pack it up. It might be time for him to pack it up, man. Because Cornflake, like I said, no disrespect, gets money. Big time promoter down there in Jersey. He's not on Charlo's level. Never was. Charlo was a 2-division world champion. So it is what it is, right? All right, let's switch gears again. I'll get back over to boxing in a second. I want to talk about another trending topic that's trending to me. Like I said, I'll get back over to boxing. Jason Tatum last night suffered some sort of Achilles injury. He had surgery today. No timetable on when he's coming back. I am praying for that brother. I did the video. I said speedy recovery. Those injuries, when you sustain those type of injuries that he sustained last night, if he was watching the game, not non-contact Achilles injury. Kobe Bryant came back from that. Couple guys, but a lot of guys don't be the same. They just don't be the same. So we are praying. That that brother remains the same. Now, I want to switch gears back to boxing. I seen a particular content creator, right? There's an interview that's out right now. Matter of fact, let me take a clip from it, right? And you guys let me know if you hear the audio on this. Man, you hear my daughter? She's in there jamming. Messiah, you don't know nothing about that song. Messiah, you don't know about that song. Messiah. She got Belle Biv DeVoe on. Messiah. Can't even hear me. Music's too loud. Messiah. 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 Can't even hear me. She's in there, Jim, but she got on. Listen, that's my era. Yo, that is my era. I was in the junior high school dances to that right there. Poison. She's in there jamming. But yeah, I want to pull up this Andre Ward and Jay Prince interview, right? And I want to debunk something that a lame. That's what he is, man. A lot of these boxing guys that talk boxing, they're lames. They are real life lames, right? Internet lames, man. Right? Because Jay Prince said something about Floyd Mayweather. that he right, and everybody wants to act like Al Heyman. Listen, Al Heyman, respectfully, um, to me, Al Heyman, and I say this with the utmost respect, right? He's cool, but he did. Yeah, listen, Jay Prince. All right, the content creator tried to make it seem like Jay Prince did not discover Floyd Mayweather. He didn't discover him, but he blew him up. And I'm gonna tell you how he blew him up, right? And then we'll get into all of that right now. But I'm gonna let Jay tell a little bit about discovering him at the gym right here. This is courtesy of Andre Ward's podcast.
Where I decided to diversify my portfolio versus getting up every morning to be harassed and going to my office or going to my hood to only be harassed. I decided to build a boxing gym in Fifth Ward, in my community, because I always say if I ever made it, I would build a boxing gym in the community. And I did that. And when I the third day or whatnot, when I started going to that gym, witnessing those kids come in the gym, I decided, I'm like, yo, love this, man. This is what I'm going to do. And that's why I hit my knees. I remember I prayed for a champion. And I worked out, I had a friend of mine called Mike Tyson. I said, let Mike Tyson know that I want to meet with him. I want to work with him.
This is courtesy of the Andre Ward podcast.
I pray for something. All I have to do is step out on it, and it may come to fruition, right?
Well, you ain't hesitate that Mike didn't know you.
I didn't know the man. He didn't know me. You know what I mean?
But you said, I want to let Mike know I want to meet him.
I want to meet with him. I want to be in business with Mike. Mike was the biggest back then. So my friend Tom, Tom passed on now. He knew Mike, and he made the connection, and Mike accepted the meeting, and I came out here to Las Vegas and went straight to the gym. I had been going to Mike fights for quite a few years, so I'm like really excited to walk into a sparring session where they like really chunk it in there, and I'm just like, whoa, they going at it. So I'm a fan.
Stop it. See, yo, did you just hear what he said? They was having a sparring session, right? This is what I be trying to school y'all about. But he said they was really chunking. That means they was getting busy. I tell you guys this all the time. But hey, what do I know? Right? You guys go, oh, it's just sparring. No, they be banging out, man. Maybe some of you guys need to start getting outside and getting off the No Jealous Fan Zone couch and No Jealous Fan Zone wave and start really gaining some experiences other than sitting online all the time or going to a couple of fights. If this is something that you really want to do it. You got to be about it.
I'm sitting there watching Mike trying to take this guy's head off. And in the midst of doing that, Floyd, walked, he was in the gym too. And he walked over to me on a couple of occasions and like, yo, I know what Devin to do, Jay. I know you rap a lot more. Like, okay, I didn't know him. Right? I had no idea who this.
Stop it. You see, Floyd, a champion at the time, lightweight champion. I think he was a 135-pound champion, but he really didn't have the clout that he had. Now, a particular content creator, they wanted to make it seem like Al Heyman. No, Al Heyman, what he did was he robbed Floyd. And you see that now, right? Doesn't he owe Floyd $100 million the last, But he robbed Floyd, right? But at the time, Floyd was a champion out of Michigan, right? Grand Rapids, Michigan, but he relocated to Vegas. He had money, but he wasn't the money man, right? But he's going to get with Jay Prince. And Jay is going to, I guess, manage him for about 5 or 4 years. They end up parting ways, but I'll let it play out. You listen to it, and then I'll digest some of it for you.
It was. So I'm like, I'm in my mind, really, I'm like, yo, man, I'm trying to watch this porn, man. So bam, it came over again. Yo, Jay, if you decide to go somewhere tonight, or woo woo, it's my number, call me, I'll come through and get you and all this kind of stuff, right? I'm like, cool, all right, go home. So bam, afterwards, I go to Mike Tyson's house, and Mike, we have a conversation, and I shoot the spiel at Mike, yo, I want to be on your team. And Mike was familiar with me. I didn't know. Mike was familiar with the Ghetto Boys and the whole movement. So he was impressed with me being able to do my independent thing, and we had a conversation, one that I thought was a great conversation. He even got his wife on the phone at the time of, I think the lady out of D.C. who he was married to, and got her on the phone and told her, I want Jay Prince to be a part of my team. So I left that meeting, that night really excited, feeling like, oh man, God didn't answer my prayer. I'm gonna be with Mike, right? Yeah. The next day, I reached out, to call Mike and to get back with Mike, and all the phones disconnected. I couldn't reach him.
Damn, that's that industry shit right there, man. He said all the phones, they changed the numbers that fast. That's another reason why I come on here and I be like, damn, a lot of y'all not valid because y'all don't even have numbers on people. But a lot of y'all, you know how y'all communicate with people? Through IG messages and Twitter ads and IG ads. And the ones of y'all that do, right? Check this out, right? You guys be communicating with other jealous fans or guys that ain't even up high enough on the food chain. And then you come back on the jealous fan zone gatherings and you bounce off motionless speaking points and motionless opinions. Hopefully y'all caught that source, but all the numbers were turned off. All the phones were turned off.
Like, man, what did happen? You know what I mean? Like,
He switched it up on you?
it wasn't him. It was these other powers that be, I believe. Okay. So I couldn't reach him, so like, man, we tried all day, rolled by the gym, it's locked down. So I'm left with that number in my pocket. I'm like, yo, who is this dude? He said, oh man, that's Floyd Mayweather. He's the lightweight champion of the world. Red light, go off and
yeah, look, he didn't even know who Floyd Mayweather was. Floyd was wanting to work with him. So listen to that guy, man. That everybody thinks Al Heyman is the grand poobah, the biggest ever. Yeah, in the music industry, New Edition, Beyonce. But boxing, when you look at Al Heyman's champions, look it up for yourself, man. I'm not going to do all that for y'all tonight. I'm not on that type of wave. You don't pay me enough. Just be happy that you're getting this dialogue tonight from me. All Al Heyman's fighters, when they went up against the top-ranked guys, we just witnessed this with Earl Spence and Deontay Wilder. They get crushed. The only one that was able to carry the torch was Floyd Mayweather. But if you see, listen to that guy that said that Jay Prince didn't discover. Pretty boy Floyd Mayweather, not Money Mayweather. Pretty boy before his hands went bad, right? That was Pretty Boy. Diego Corrales fight, one of his big fights, right? Diego Corrales. Y'all remember that fight? Rest in peace to Chico Corrales. He was with Jay Prince. Arturo Gotti. Remember Gotti? That was another big fight. He was with Jay Prince. I don't want to say backdoor Jay Prince, but he left Jay Prince before his contract was up. Now, a lot of y'all not gonna understand this. Malik, I'm not worried about that trash. Respectfully, you can go over there to the Fun Zone Factory where those guys talk about that. We're talking, Shanewz boxing shit tonight, man. I don't get no money with those guys May 31st, so I don't care to really indulge into the bullshit, respectfully. But Floyd Mayweather, when you sign with a manager, right? And how Jay said about Mike, I want to be part of your team. Managers usually do a lot for you. That's why shout out to AC Clark. Great interview today on the Boxing Voice. Managers pretty much are investing in you. They get you sponsors. They do a lot behind the scenes, right? So they have to recoup their money, right? Now, apparently, Floyd, like many people do in this game and in life, period, it's not boxing. When people feel like they used you enough, right? Because that's how relationships are, or they feel like they outgrown the relationship, they try to go other ways. So Floyd felt that he no longer needed Jay. But if you listen to the interview of with Andre Ward, Jay did a lot for him. They did a lot for each other. But he felt like he got with Al. And so he no longer needed Jay. But you remember the apparent story of the gym being locked and Bob Arum having to pay, I believe it was upwards over $500,000, maybe like 600 something thousand. That's how that usually goes, right? You know why it went that way? Because I think he still had, I don't know the specific numbers. I'm just going to throw numbers out there because I do know a little bit about, managing fighters and moving fighters and being part of teams, right? I believe he still had 3 fights or something with Jay. We'll just say 3. So maybe Jay was supposed to be paid a minimum of $200,000 for those fights. Thus, he got $600,000 from Bob Arum cut a check for $600,000, buying him out of the contract. But that's normally how it works. If people have a contract and paperwork, and you hear a lot of these YouTubers, the boxing fanagers, the boxing jealous fan zone, the bums, right? Who, like I said, these guys don't even have know nothing about contracts, but they'll sit up here and they'll talk about these things. When you breach a contract and a binding agreement, lawyers probably get involved, but lawyers didn't get involved this time. I just think guys got beat up with bats and shit like that. But he was paid, is what I'm trying to point out. To get out of the contract, they had to buy the contract out. Now, a lot of the Core Al guys, they don't know about this because they sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. They sign, Malik don't want to talk about that. None of these guys do because these guys don't know that shit. Or if they do know it, they drunk that Kool-Aid and they not on that wave, right? They were on the wave of assuming who I was, but tell your favorite content creator to post something like this that I got playing over the playback. Post something like that. Show me something like that in their catalog, a body of work that makes them credible in boxing. To even speak on contracts or, negotiating for certain things and other. I don't, a lot of these guys, call Al Heyman this, Al Heyman that, but they can't show you nothing that they have actually done to even make you think that they know what they're talking about. If that makes any sense. Does that make any sense tonight, man? How was the content looking tonight? Yes, how was the content, man? How was the content? Look, and I'm talking boxing tonight, man. But yeah, check out this. And matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to post the link to the interview in the, what's the name? Real quick.
Whoa, I prayed for a champion. So long story short, man, within the next 2
Yo,
weeks.
why does the Al Heyman, right? Why hasn't Al Heyman and Jay Prince ever worked together? Does anybody know that? They're both in the music industry. They both came from the music industry. They're both in the boxing. Why haven't they ever worked together? Does anybody know that? Huh? Especially you Al Heyman guys. Do you have any clue as to why those two never done any business? Does anybody know that, right? Does anybody know that? This is the if you want to check out the segment from the Andre Ward interview I was just playing. That's it right there. Does anybody know why they never done work together? Right? Other than that right there, where Floyd left Jay and ended up being managed by Al or advised, right? He was advised. He wasn't managed. Because Al Heyman technically is not a manager. That's how he gets around the Muhammad Ali Act. You guys know about the Muhammad Ali Act? I know other content creators with no motion, no experience. They love to speak about it, but I don't think they know what it actually is. And in depth. Maybe they should take that class. Adrian Clark has a $300 class, and he made a valid point, right? He said, for those guys, me personally, I'm rocking and rolling. But if I wasn't rocking and rolling like who I am, I would invest that. Because you know how easy it is to make $300? That's an investment, especially if you're a content. Well, that's what you guys are, content creators. But if you're somebody that's trying to represent fighters or think you do that, or you call yourself an advisor and you do things, take his class, $300. You can make that back in no time in boxing. Bill Haney probably spent more than that for the dinner, for those crash dummy guys. $300, man. So if you're trying to do things in boxing, as far as represent fighters, take that class, man. It's a couple of videos. I think he said it's only 45 minutes long. Right? Learn some things, man. Learn. And then maybe you will understand the Mr. 10% talk that I'll be talking, right? And like I said, lock in with me now because it's not going to stay 10% with me. Trust and believe that. And I have a lot of relationships. I just don't have relationships with jealous fan zone niggas, man. I don't mess with jealous fan zone types. But yeah, look, this is $50 right here. Look, I got $50 in my pocket right now. So $250 more. You can get that class. You can get that class and, become a manager or learn how to be a manager, learn how to represent fight. Because it's all about relationships, right? And like I said, a lot of you guys already showed on this internet the relationships that you have. You don't really have none. You have internet jealous bum gathering relationships. If that makes any sense. But how is the content looking now? How's that looking right there, man? How is that looking now? Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna be 10% for that long, man. The standard manager agreement and contracts with fighters, they're not taking 10%. They're taking 25%. Some are taking 33%. Yeah. Some are taking 33%. See, I want you to believe in me, and I'm at the point with it too. Like I know when we really get to the bag, right? And I'm a hustler. I know how to make it do what it do, right? That's why I say all I need is 10%. And I feel like the guys that I deal with or I work with, if we get the real big money, right? You throw me a bonus. Because you're going to be like, damn, Shada brought this to the table. He brought that to the table. He brought this sponsor. He brought that. So, it's all about relationships, man. When you really get into the money. And that's why I say, like, a lot of these guys that sit on YouTube, it's a facade. Because they act like they're getting money, but they don't move like they get money. Because when you get real money or you have real access to money, money makes money. You know how to network better. But like I said, the YouTubers, the Jealous Fan Zone guys, they don't network right, man. They network like crabs and crash dummies, right? Going back to what I said, when I was in Ohio for these fights, I remember, right? Look, I was gonna look out for guys. I was chilling with Abdullah Mason, right? This is a true story. At the hotel, right? And I said, I know these guys, the same guys right now, they sit around, they talk about fighters, but they don't have no real experience with fighters. And I was on live, right? Well, was I on live? I know I was with Abdullah. And I was like, yo. No, matter of fact, what I did was I was on watching YouTube. And I was like, yo, these dudes always want to jump on live, right? I was like, I'm with Abdullah right now. Y'all want to talk to him? Right? I was trying to just be cool and break bread with these weird, jealous fans. I'm like, yo, I'm with Abdullah right now, nigga. And I put the camera on him. This is how I'm kicking it right here in my study, my makeshift studio. We was all in the hotel lobby. And I threw him right on the podcast. And I was like, yo, what we doing tomorrow? What we doing? My dude was like, yeah, we gonna cook them. That's a fact. And I threw it on one of these guys now that sit around. Jealous Fans Zone niggas, man. They was so done because they know all the goofball fuckery shit that they still do to this day. And they have yet to make a move or a level change. But I'm like, dog, this is the people that I'm around. You don't even know how to network right because you're too busy with a bum's mentality, a crab in a barrel mentality. And you know why you have that? Because the people that you idolize or think is popping, like I was explaining today about the dude that was supposed to be an executive, but yet he's still riding around in circles, right? But he's supposed to be an executive, and you guys are mad at Showbiz for taking a deal, but you same guys that sit out of a table and get a free meal, which is the same thing. But at least Showbiz has a situation where you guys basically are working for DHP for scraps at the table. You guys are slaves. You guys are slaves. Did y'all catch that, Sauce? How is my content looking now? How is it sounding now, man? How is it sounding now? I'm about to run down to the gym. I'm in the boxing, man. Let me see where my people's at, man. Let me see if they're down there.
Hello.
Yeah, were you at the gym?
I'm about to get on the train.
Okay, all right. So I'll see you down there. I'm about to go down there now. I'll be down there before you then. All right. Yeah, I'm going down to the gym, man. Maybe I'll give you guys some content down there. But overall, how was the show tonight? I talked boxing. I really wanted to do power. I really wanted to do a power live, but I did discuss a little bit of boxing over my video right there. Me gaining some healthy experiences, and hopefully I can continue to help and advise, be an agent, be a consultant to young fighters, coming through the doors or helping you get through the doors. Like I said, lock in with me now because pretty soon it's not going to be 10%. I'm just being honest, man. And I think you're going to see something. I'm not going to speak about it. I'll speak about it after it happens, but something major is about to come through in a couple of weeks. And I'll definitely put the receipts out and talk about it. But as far as talking about, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to show like I've been doing. This is old right here. This video right here is old. And I'm throwing this video into the Texas guys' faces. All the Texas guys and the guys that used to try to clown me about Jackal Fitness and Earl Spence. Remember after Earl Spence tried to shit on my name, him and Derrick James and all those people down there, I did all of this right here. This is just a little bit of things that I did, right? I did all this. I was able to do all this. After they said I wasn't solid, I was a bum, I was begging off of him, I did all of this. I was able to do all of this right here. Starting a new company too. A new company that's bigger and better than Jackal Fitness was. I was able to do all of this. Go figure. Go real talk. I was able to do all of this right here. Starting a new company.
Do I know?
A new company.
Subscribe for in-depth boxing insights and real sportsmanship stories.
Join me in Toledo as I reveal my boxing journey and impactful community ties.
All this right here.
Prime time, slime time, Toledo, Ohio. You're about to get the slime. You know the vibes. Yeah, I get it, man. See, I've been documenting my journey, Shanewz Boxing, media marketing and management, man. So you see me doing a lot of things that you see guys discuss on the Boxing Voice. Shout out to AC Clark and all that. But I've been doing these same things and showing my journey. I get it, man. Because I'm a YouTuber that you guys claim you don't watch. But yet I do a lot of things that I actually said I did. But hey, what do I know? Source experience. Trust the process, man. Bigger and better than Jackal Fitness ever was.
Right on the line, so you know what's going on. I don't got to go in there and mess up the action, okay? If your opponent goes down anytime during the fight, whether it's a slip or a punch, anything hits the canvas other than the bottom of his feet, don't hit him, okay? Because if you happen to hit him, then we got a problem. I can take points away or disqualify you depending on what happens. So don't hit him when he's down. If it's a knockdown, I'm going to go down, just like that.
You know what I know? Country, get in Ohio.
Yeah, from the rafters to the floor, man. Yeah, you going up to the floor? Yeah, you going up to the rafters or what, man?
No, I'm down here all night, Sean.
Oh, okay. It's like,
what about yourself, man?
Yeah, we down here. You see, we down.
Yeah, y'all niggas never seen the ring that close, man. Never, man. That's why I made sure I spun it around. I had to spin it around for y'all, man.
Yeah.
The news by Sean.
Y'all had to spin it around, man. I had to go in my bag and spin it around, right? But yeah, I just, sometimes you got to go in your bag and pull out receipts, man. This, pull out receipts. But hopefully y'all caught and enjoyed the source tonight. Mr. 10%. And yeah, the reason why I'm not talking about May 13th, I'm like Leon Muhammad, I'm not getting no money over there. Why would I market that shit when that was the same outfit that talked about me before I became this right here? And they was jealous fans and upset at what God had the calling on me. And I was over there with them, helping them, man. I was helping them, right? But yeah, look, after they talked on my name and tarnished my name and tarnished my brand that I built, right? I still was able to do all of these things from scratch. This is a little bit. How's the content looking, y'all? How is the content looking now, man? Feel free to let me know, man. And no, nobody put me in position. God put me in position. Nobody did me no favors, right? With the favors that they did do, they tried to close doors on me. But look how God opened them up. Like I said, serious inquiries only, man. Any young fighter looking for a representation, holla at me, man. No YouTube boxing shit either, man. Official in the game, man. And like I said, my network is growing, man. It's growing. Real talk. It's growing. And I'm going to close and say this. You don't need YouTube to grow. You don't need to sit around and do panels with people to grow. You don't need to network with jealous fans that don't really support boxing to grow. What you need to do is have drive, discipline, and desire, and go out there and do it. Go out there and do it. Jump into the water, do it. Right? That's all you really need, man. But hey, what do I know? How is the content looking now, man? I'm going to go to the gym. Maybe I'll go live at the gym, man. Maybe I'll go live for a little bit at the gym. You know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Look, this turned into a boxing live, man. I didn't really want to discuss boxing, man. Well, maybe I'll come back on again tonight. See if I can get with my guy. See that I want to talk Power, man. Did y'all see that last episode of Power, man? I'm telling you, the season is wrapping up. We're in May because June 7th, BMF is coming back on, so they might have 1 or 2 more episodes, man. But man, they killed this girl, man. They did her dirty, man. She got done filthy. Yo, CW called it, man. CW called. I didn't see that coming, man. He said it, man. Damn, CW, you was spot on, man. That's why we're gonna do your segment, and you could break that down, man. But you called it, brother. Damn, you was spot on with that. They took her out, man. Cold. And you was also spot on about Marv, right? You gotta see what happens with Marv, man. Dude knows he wants to do something to Marv, man. He wants to do something to Marv, man. But that's the CW segment. I'm not going to touch it. I'll let CW do his Power segment when we line that up. But yes, this is the Source Experience, man. The news by Shanewz. Oh, one more thing I want to share. I forgot about this. Right? This is for all you jealous guys too, man. Eat this up real quick. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Here it is right here.
Y'all just watched a powerful video, right? They're not going to like what you do because it's you that's doing it. They're not going to acknowledge what you do because it's you that's doing it. But at the end of the day, as long as you acknowledge it, you throw it in their face,
that's right.
You keep doing what you do, and you stay in position, others that like what you do not only going to embrace you, they're going to come build with you. But they're not going to like what you do because it's you that's doing it. But pat yourself on the back and talk your shit. And if they don't like it, tell them.
Take it up with God.
Bring that up to God. Because God did this.
Yeah.
God did. How is the content looking now?
You got to accept the fact that the people that know you ain't going to show you love. Like, they're going to see what you do. They're going to watch it fully. You're going to post a story. They're going to watch your story. They're going to see you in person. And they're going to be telling you that they see what you do. But they ain't going to show it no love. They ain't going to press that like button. No, they ain't going to repost it.
No,
and I wonder why. It's like, bro, you know me. Like, how you not going to show me love and we know each other? Like, you literally know me. I know you. You know what I go through. I know what you go through. I show you love, but somehow you won't show me love. That's why it's important to make sure you give yourself a pat on the back. Because if you go ahead and wait for these people to give you a pat on the back, you're going to turn into bones by the time they give you your props. You got to give yourself a pat on the back because they're going to know you like they know you and they're not going to show you no love. So you just make sure you show yourself love because you all you got to.
No jealous fan zone.
Hopefully y'all caught that, man. And maybe we got a better understanding. Yes, viral industry, hit the like button. Maybe we got a better understanding. So don't be mad at me when I give myself my flowers and I play my receipts of my growth and the things that I actually do. Because just because you don't like what I do, but you attempt to copy the things that I do, and you're not doing the things that I do, and I continue to remind you of that, that's on you. Maybe you should have hit the like button. Maybe you should have shared. Maybe you should have learned how to network better with an actual player than try to undermine him or even lie on their character. But hey, what do I know, man? Salute to everybody that popped in, Gumbo, Malik, Viral Industries, and many others. This is the Source Experience. The news by Shanewz. media marketing management. Yes, management consultant agent. But hey, what do I know?
This is the news by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know?
Shout out Showtime Shanewz, y'all. This is Kyle Miller, and holla at me.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? Joe Harris Boxing with the Source Experience. But what do I know?
Yeah.
This is the Source Experience. The news by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know? Like raw fish.
Oh, so one day you'll get your palate used to that raw fish. Gotcha. What's that? What else you got for me?
What's your favorite place to go?
Favorite place to go is the beach. I love the beach, yo. Anywhere if there's a beach nearby, I love to go there, relax, walk along the beach, barefooted, get my feet dirty. Yeah, I'll stick my foot in the water. I don't go in the water though. There's sharks and stuff in there. Nah, I don't mess with that. All right.
Do you play basketball?
Look at my height. I'm short. I can't play no basketball.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimu-Kailua. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.